I've trained calisthenics for 10 years. I've solely focused on strength. But what's on the other side? What can we learn from endurance? This is my journey to running a 70-kilometer ultramarathon in Japan. Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 74 of Road to Shimanami, and today I did a workout with 0 reps. It's a typical recovery day, and well, an extreme one at that. Usually I do some pull-ups, I do some push-ups, I do whatever, I do some light planche, but today I just did some dead hangs. And well, I often get the question on how I manage my recovery, and so today I'll explain how I learned to manage my recovery. And basically, it all started to fall into place when I started training every day. And now this might sound a little bit weird because, well, if you train every day, how the hell do you manage your recovery? But the point is, training's like the day where, you're just doing light stuff, right? And so the reason that I think training every day makes you learn how to manage recovery is because, well, you are forced to deal with how recovered you are every day. And so if you want to learn how to recover, I would suggest, just try and train every day for 30 days, and you will see for yourself that you'll learn how to recover. You will learn a lot, because guess what? You're gonna go into this challenge, you're gonna train for a couple of days, you're gonna think you're fine, and then suddenly you crash down. Because usually, you think you're recovered, but you're not quite yet. And when you force yourself to train every day, you're forced to deal with that part where you're not recovered. And basically, usually when you train, let's say twice a week, you have 3 days in between your training. That's a long window of variables that can affect your recovery. And so you don't really know which causes what. So let's say that, it's the same with training. If you change everything in your training at once, you don't know which part of your, the training you changed actually had an effect. And it's the same with your recovery. If you train after 3 days, a lot of stuff has happened in between those 3 days. You went to bed 3 times, hopefully, you had a lot of food, a lot of has happened in those 3 days, and so there's a lot of variables, and it's difficult to control your recovery. But if you up the frequency of your training, not only, are you going to be forced to deal with, whatever condition you're in on that given day, also, you're going to learn the effects of whatever you're doing, because one night's sleep, you're going to feel the effect the next day. Or if you don't feel the effect after day 1, if you have a couple nights of bad sleep, you will see how gradually your recovery starts getting worse. You will see the effect day by day. If you eat shit food, perhaps you won't notice the first day, right? But you might notice after a couple days. And also, when you then start eating well again, you will notice that, hey, it's not gone out of your system in one day. It's going to take a couple days, and you will, day by day be able to see the evolution of whatever the hell you're doing. And so training every day is I think, the most easy way to basically learn how your body recovers, because, well, like I said, you are forced to deal with whatever consequences you're putting yourself through. So, that's, I guess that's it. That's how I learned how to manage my recovery. I've been training every day for 1.5 years now. And, well, I manage my recovery by, basically knowing what training will affect my body in a certain way. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you give it a go, and let me know how it goes, right? So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for another workout.